Hey, so I've started a brand new series right here, right now, and I'm going to be going through all of Hellboy from the beginning and just sort of recording my thoughts randomly. There's no structure to this. This isn't really like a review, just sort of like a scattered thoughts of things. Yeah. So first story arc, Seed of Destruction. I thought it was pretty good, really good. Art by Mike Mignola is obviously very good. I feel like Mike Mignola art and good is just kind of redundant because they're basically synonyms. It's not like his best work because it's still like super early on, obviously, but um, like it's still like very good. It's still got a lot of his personality that you'll see him develop later on. Um, the shading, all that shit. Everything. You should probably, if you don't know what Mike Mignola's art looks like, look it up. It's so good. It's very stylized, lots of heavy shading and all that stuff. Um, but yeah, positives of the story, really good, really engaging, great introduction to the world. Love seeing all the different types of creatures that we were introduced just in this first volume. We get a very good introduction to what I guess we could call our main trio, uh, mostly, um, with Hellboy, Abe, and Liz, and antagonist Rasputin, kind of interesting, who makes you ask a lot of questions, but also pretty effectively introduces you to the world and integrates like the backstory of Hellboy and the BPRD and all that. Um, yeah, obviously would recommend, can see why. This became a huge ongoing series with several movies. But speaking of movies, I feel like as far as like the actual bringing Hellboy to Earth, I feel like those did it better because in the actual comic, like the ritual of all the Nazis and stuff, what they were doing is at a different place where from where Hellboy actually gets brought to Earth, which is weird. I feel like the movies having them both like take place in the same location and just having it be like a raid, by the Allies and Broom and all that stuff. I feel like that's a good choice. Speaking of Broom, he dies here. I guess spoiler warning. I mean, I did say I was talking about this. I mean, he dies in like every movie too, so but I kind of didn't expect it to be like the very first story arc, and it was kind of honestly, in my opinion, a little too unceremonious. Like, I know we're just getting started, we don't really know the characters yet, but like Hellboy in narration and multiple times like he's like my father, he's basically my father, but like we don't really get to like dwell on that or spend a lot of time seeing him like mourn or like deal with that. Like it's I feel like at least like some kind of splash page or full page spread, something like that, of like Hellboy like looming over his I hope you can't hear that. Of course, someone decides to ride by loudly. I'm not gonna re-record this. I don't care. We're doing this cash, super cash. um, but yeah, um, a little bit more time to just see like because even though like in the story we haven't been introduced to a lot of these characters yet, just because especially it makes Broom like in the grand scheme of things seem like kind of minor when he's not. He's like our main character's adopted father. So yeah. And then speaking of characters who I didn't feel like got enough, Liz, I feel like she was super developed upon, but like then again, I'm not sure if we had room because we got to focus on our protagonist Hellboy, and we'd get a little bit, with Abe Sapien. He got his own little thing to do. Um, and then one random little thing that bothered me for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't have to. It literally is no big deal. But like for some reason, there's a line where Hellboy talks about how so like he's falling into like a cave underneath like this mansion and stuff, and he's like, I'm falling into water, and water can't exist below sea level. And I'm like, well, first of all, you're like in a cave, and like I feel like that's not true. I know that's not true because I've been in caves and stuff, and they have pools and stuff. So I feel like I don't know. That's just like kind of a weird thing for him to say, like when he's in a cave. Like I know what they're trying to get at, but it's like you're like in a cavernous area and stuff. So it's like Of course, water can, especially in a cave, would exist below sea level. I don't know. That doesn't that's not important, but like it I don't know, it stuck with me for some reason. Um but yeah, most for the most part, yeah, it's really good. Obviously, it made a huge impact. Legendary series. Um some improvements that I feel like adaptations did most, and by adaptations I mean the first movie, the Del Toro one. We don't want to talk about the first reboot. There's another one coming out this year, and that did kind of influence why I decided to start doing this. Um, I don't know how often I'll post these. I hope, I'm sorry if this was like really shallow. Like I said, this isn't really like super in depth, very unscripted. Yeah, I'm gonna post more of these as I like finish each story arc and stuff. So yeah, see you guys next time.